Yeah, so you mentioned surveys as an example. What are some other systematic ways that you help businesses understand their customer
So
and
that
listen?
Yeah. So that goes to that data point. So here's an example. I used to work in the financial institution industry, financial services. And what we uncovered with one of the FIs, as we call them, to your alphabet soup and acronyms, the FI, that I worked with, we looked at our data and we talked to our loan officers, for example, and we looked at who those data points represented. That is by far one of the best ways to find who you're really serving. You might think you're serving X and find out you're serving Y. And in this case, we uncovered the fact that we were dealing. I mean, we kind of knew it, but we needed that data to back our gut. Is really what it came down to.
Mhm.
We had, perfect example, a data point that was $1,000. It was a $1,000 loan. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're talking about, I think we were 700 million in assets. So $1,000 data point, you probably would glaze right past that. But we didn't, because we had a loan officer who did the quantitative and qualitative together. I mean, she wouldn't have called it that or said she was doing that, but that's what she did, which was she spoke to the customer. She got to know the customer who was sitting in front of her. And I don't know if the person came in, I didn't get that far in the weeds, but she communicated with this customer in some way. And the customer shared that they needed a wheelchair ramp for their house for an aging family member who could no longer get into their home. And they just didn't have the cash. Now, a lot of people would say, just put in your credit card and pay it off next month. Well, they were in a socioeconomic class that would not allow for that. And a credit card's compound interest would have made that $1,000 wheelchair ramp probably double by the time they paid it off. So a loan made a lot more sense for them. So we started looking into those smaller data points, and we found out that we actually had a much larger percentage of the lower socioeconomic population utilizing our financial services to get ahead in life. And it really helps change your direction. And oh, this is who we're talking to. And these are real stories about real people whose mom or whoever needed to, I mean, she just needed to get into her own home. And it's things that we all took for granted. So you're talking about a data report in the boardroom with a bunch of numbers on it, $1,000, who cares? But then you dig in and you find the stories like that, and it really starts to open the path to who you are as an organization and who you're serving.